If you're looking forward to 2024 and gonna use 2024 to completely set yourself or your family up for financial freedom, then this is the video for you. Now, in this video, I'm gonna talk about the two simplest ways that you can use to not just create long-term wealth for your family, but financial freedom and a passive income of over $100,000 per year. Now, I suppose the first question we have to always ask ourselves is, do we wanna actually invest? And there is a choice point there. If your choice is that no, it still feels uncomfortable, I'm not quite in the right position, my brain's a bit frazzled, or I'm feeling a bit frightened because of the media, then that's completely cool. In 2024, all we do is chill and wait for the market and sentiment to turn for the better. But if you are one of the people like myself that loves these type of markets and wants to take advantage of what's going on, then we say yes and we get to a second choice point. Now, that second choice point is the one that absolutely sucks as an investor, and that is asking yourself the question, well, I want to invest, but can I? Now, again, we can either have a no because I can't afford to do it, I don't have enough equity or a deposit, or the banks won't let me, or yes, I'm in a strong position, I've got the savings, I've got the income, or I've got the equity and I can move forward. Now, that takes us to our final choice point, which is how do you want to get to financial freedom? Do you want a slightly more active strategy that gets you there faster? Or are you looking for a simple bread and butter strategy that's been used by people for hundreds of years in Australia to set themselves and their family up? Now, in the first strategy or idea, if like me, you want to achieve financial freedom sooner in your life, you want a passive income for life, and you want to end up wealthy in the future, then the two properties to financial freedom strategy is the simplest way to get from where you are now to where you want to be. Now, let's look at a really brief example of how this could look for you if you were to get started in 2024. Now, effectively, the strategy is simple as is going out and buying one home and then building a granny flat on that property. Now, let's say we bought a house for $600K that rented for $500 a week, and then we went and built a $200K granny flat that rented for a further $400 a week. Effectively, you've spent $900,000 to get a blue chip, quality property close to the city with a nice big block of land, and you're getting $900 per week, plus whatever tax depreciation benefits you get from your report. Now, once you've completed that step, we then do it the exact same thing again. So we go buy a second home and we build a second granny flat. Again, we buy the home for $600K, rents for $500 a week. We build the granny flat for $200K, and it rents for another $400. Now, let's just say you're in a financial position theoretically to complete those two steps by the end of 2024. So at the end of 2024, or if it takes you a few extra years, that's completely cool too. But you've effectively got $1.6 million worth of property, giving you around about $90,000 per year of income. Now, what I love about property is you're using leverage to not just create wealth and long-term capital growth, but also exceptional cash flow. If we look at that $1.6 million, which is your two houses and your two granny flats, and we fast forward 15 years into the future. Now, Simon Priestley recently did an article where he looked at 50 years of Australia's property price growth and found that the average capital city or major regional market increased by 8.2% for the 50 years leading up to 2023. But if we want to be super conservative, let's say that your $1.6 million or your two houses and two granny flats grows by 4.8% on average per annum for the next 15 years. In 15 years, you're going to be sitting on $3.2 million worth of property. Now, if we do the same thing for the rent and we look at that $90,000 today, and the rent increases by 2.5% per year for the next 15 years, you're going to have more than $125,000 per year of income coming through from those properties. Now, 15 years from now, we want to be debt-free on those two properties, which is an exceptional position to be in. Imagine owning those two houses and two granny flats outright, getting that passive income for life, having a great amount of equity in the properties because you own them outright, and either having your own home or a great super as well. I think one of the most common misconceptions is that achieving financial freedom is going to take you years and years and years to do, and you're going to have to chip away at it for the next 45 years and slowly buy one property every 5 or 10 years on your journey there. I think the two properties to financial freedom idea or strategy is the perfect place for investors to start. And then if they want to go further, they can continue to smash it, or they can just enjoy that journey and that financial peace that comes from having the properties that will make you free in the future. Now, obviously, not everybody wants to go out there and build things, especially in the current environment. So, the second idea that we've got, or that choice point, is sort of the easier way to do it, but it might take a little bit longer and a little bit more property. Now, obviously, not everybody wants to go out there and build granny flats, especially in the current environment where trade prices have gone up and been pretty inconsistent since the start of COVID. But for those of you that are just interested in more of a bread and butter, simple strategy moving forward where you just accumulate 3 houses in great locations with great long-term potential for capital growth and strong cash flow, then the 3 properties to financial freedom is the second way that you can get to where you want to be in the next 15 years. Now, with this simple strategy, we simply accumulate 3 houses worth $600,000 each that rent for an average of $500 per week each. So we're sitting on about $1.8 million worth of property and $75,000 per year of income. Now, if we use the same numbers as we applied in the other strategy and basically look at holding those 3 houses that are worth $1.8 million for the next 15 years and they grow by 4.8% per annum, then you're going to be sitting on $3.6 million worth of property. If we do the same thing for the rent, so we look at the $75,000 a year of rent today and we hold it for the next 15 years and it grows by 2.5% per year, we're going to be sitting on over $100,000 per year of income from those 3 houses. Now, for some of you out there and some of the clients we've worked with in the last 8 years, they've been able to go out there and buy 1 property in the last 8 years, and that's as far as they've been able to go. And that could have been a house with a granny flat or just a really high quality home. For other investors and people listening to this video, you're in such a strong position at the moment that you could complete that entire strategy, regardless of which of the strategies sits better with you or what your idea is moving forward, whether you can do it quickly or like me, you're just going to chip away at it. These 2 simple ideas are 2 of the easiest ways that you can go from where you are today to where you want to be longer term, which is financial freedom and a life filled with choices to do the things that you enjoy with the people that you care about and contribute to making yourself and the world a better place. Now, for those of you out there who are seriously thinking about taking action and buying a quality property, whether it's a single income home or a house with a granny flat in 2024, then I would love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. All you have to do is go over to www.pumpedonproperty.com, click the free strategy session button, and we can talk about where you are right now, where you would like to be longer term. We can talk about these ideas in a lot more detail and the suburbs that they work in, and then you can go and absolutely nail it on your own like so many people do each year that talk to us, or potentially you can become one of the extremely small number of clients that we work with each month, and we can take you on this journey from where you are today to ultimately financial freedom and a life filled with the choices that you deserve. Either way, we wish you all the best. We're so excited for the next year. There's some incredible info coming out from the likes of CoreLogic, Simon Priestley, SQM, Phil Anderson, CBA. Many, many people expect the new year and 2024 to be an incredible year, and we wish you all the best in that environment. Woo! That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting cool, bro. Yeah.
Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that. So nice, eh? Oh.